Good afternoon, everybody. Is that loud enough? Welcome to the first meeting of the Anderson Area Touchdown Club for the year 2021. We're celebrating 40 years in existence now. I just wonder how many people in here were at the very first meeting we had at the University Inn. Dwayne Loftus and me and Jack King. Anybody else? That's pretty good. And it was at the University Inn, and I won one of the few things I've ever won at that. They had a $10 bill up under my seat, and you could look under your seat. If you had a $10 bill in there, you got to keep it. And that's one of the few things I ever won. Before I open in prayer, I want us to remember Jim Frazier. I mean, what an asset he was to our club for so many, many years. I'll tell you, I've got to read one of his jokes, and I'm sure Dickie's got some too. But this is, if you got his joke book, this is the first one on the top of the second page. It's one of my favorites. The piano player in the crowded bar had a pet monkey who jumped on the bar, scurried along and urinated in a patron's glass of beer. The man approached the piano player and indignantly said, "Do you know your monkey peed in my beer?" "No," the piano player said, "but if you hum it, I think I can play along with it." Also, we want to remember our longtime President Bill Brissy. Today is his 90th birthday, and he just got out of the hospital. He's doing pretty well now, I think. But I want to be sure to remember Bill too. And now we'll call on, let's have a moment of silence in memory of Coach Frazier, and then Matt Bailey, if you'll do our opening prayer, please. Okay, now for a welcome from our brand new president, Chris Sullivan. Come on up, Chris.
Glad to be here today. I tell you, these days, you can't take anything for granted. You never know what the next day is going to bring. Like, I'm amazed to see the number of people we're having here. I can't thank y'all for coming. Thank y'all enough for coming. Just wondering, we kind of ran an ad on WCCP. Has anybody heard that ad that is here today because of that? Well, you're coming anyway. All right, so it's not doing the work just yet. Well, but I'm glad you heard it. So we're trying to get the word out there. We've got room for double this, so I'm not sure this year is the year to have double this in a room, but we're going to try. I wanted to say a few thank yous real quick. So our club, some of y'all are new to this, but over the years we've met at the library is the most recent thing. We were there for a while, and last year we were at Tucker's, which was gracious enough to host us, but this place is phenomenal. I can't say enough how proud I am to be in here, have this in Anderson County, to be able to recognize our coaches and players in a building like this, with a setup like this, with graphics, and everything. So I want to recognize a few folks here. Mr. Wilson, if I could have you stand. Dr. Couch, if I could have you stand. And Chef Allen, are you out here? If y'all can give them a round of applause for helping us put this together. This has been a great... So a bit of housekeeping. I've grown up in this town. Nobody RSVPs for anything. I get it. I don't probably do a good job of it myself, but they're asking us by Wednesday to let them know who all is going to be eating so they can purchase the food so we don't kind of go over or under our number on there. If you can hit up our Facebook page, Anderson Area Touchdown Club. If you know me, you can email me or call me, or Nancy's probably the best one if you really want to get it done correctly, is to let her know. But if you can let us know by Wednesday, that would be awesome, so we can have the tables set up and have the meals, because the food was bought 3 days before this, so we needed to know that in advance. I wanted to go through a couple other things. I don't know if you've seen our list of speakers this year, but I love it. I think it's one of our best in a long time. We've got Chan Gailey. I don't think many Dallas Cowboy head coaches have come through the Anderson speaker circuit, but we got Chan Gailey. We have got Tony Barnhart, who now is Mr. College Football. He's coming in. We've got a lot of good speakers. One thing we're changing this year is a lot of times we do the annual meeting in the spring, and it's tough getting all these kids back because they're all playing multiple sports. And so we're actually going to do our last meeting in the first Friday of November, take a week off because we can't get this place for Veterans Day. It was already booked. And then the next week we're going to come and do our annual meeting and tie it all up before everybody breaks for Thanksgiving break. So that's going to be something a little different if you want to plan for that. But I wanted to mention that. Anything else I need to hit up? Dickie, you got anything? We're good? Okay, a lot of new things for us, a lot of moving parts, so bear with us. If there's something we can do better, please let me know. I want to make it better. I want more people here. I want y'all to enjoy it. But at this time, I do want to actually mention Ryobi has stepped up as a sponsorship. The coach of the year, or the coach of the week last year, we gave him a drill, and it kind of went over pretty well. We hadn't done a coach's gift. So this year, they're doing a drill plus a Bluetooth speaker and a fan. So every coach of the week will get all three of those each week. They're all in my garage, I can promise you. I got them all. There's a big old stack of stuff, but can't thank our sponsors enough. We also have Granger Nissan that's a huge sponsor. I want to run through the list and bear with me on this because these guys helped this happen because we wanted to get better speakers and we needed to raise money to get better speakers, and this is how we did it. Abel's Driving School, Bates Insurance, Bill Brissy Real Estate, Harris Home, Harris Carpets, Ralph Hayes Toyota, BSN Sports that took over for Dillard's recently, Dillard's Trophy Shop, McCoy Wright Realty, Price Driving School, Oxford Farms, Suggs Johnson, and World Insurance. So I want to thank all. If y'all can give them a round of applause, this really helps this happen here, so I appreciate it. All right, so the housekeeping is up. I'm going to get the program started. I'm going to let Dickie Smith come up here and do our players and coach of the week.
We got it first. I asked Kevin Sullivan if he had something to say. He said he didn't have nothing to say. That's the first time I've ever heard that. The pick'em will start next week, and he'll explain how we're going to do all this. The players of the week, when your name is called, if you'll come up here, Chris will give you stuff, and just after you get it, you just come and stand right here, and they'll do the picture and whatever. I'm not Jim Frazier. And myself and Coach Wayne Jones are going to share this, and we'll try, but it's a hard thing to do. I'm going to be like George. I'm going to make a stab at jokes, and I hope I don't fail as bad as he did. Coach Frazier's JV joke came out of his world famous book that if you don't have, it's him after he swabbed the rec center down at Paris Island. He said he spent a lot of time with a mop when he was in the Marine Corps. I thought he always used that mop just to beat his players with.
A little bit closer to you.
JV joke. This is for a lot of you Clemson people. Do y'all know who the first person to use the phrase all in was? I feel sure y'all going to say Dabo or whatever. It was Noah getting animals on the ark. They're all in. This is his jokes now, bless his heart. The varsity joke, the doctor to the patient, I got good news and bad news. The patient, give me the good news first. The doctor says, well, you got 24 hours to live. And the patient goes, you got to be kidding me. What could be worse than this? I forgot to tell you this yesterday. So, Coach Frazier, you got me again. Players of the week, I do appreciate the cooperation that we received from the coaches. I know I probably drove you crazy, but if we call you and say you have a player that's picked, we want their picture also. You'll see what Christopher has done for us when we start this. The offensive player of the week comes from Powdersville. It's Eli Hudgins, quarterback, 5'11", 160-pound sophomore. 11-19, 306 yards, 5 passing TDs, 7 for 87 attempts, 87 yards rushing, had a rushing TD, and Powdersville's 46-28 win over Broome. The defensive player of the week is Walt Smith, Hannah High School. He 5'8", 165, strong safety, a senior. 3 tackles, 1 sack, 1 interception, 1 forced fumble, 1 fumble recovery. He also rushed for 70 yards, and he poured the water at halftime. As I knew I would, I messed up. Coach Mustar is here with quarterback Hudgins. His father, David Hudgins. Stand up so everybody can see you, please. Coach Patterson is here with him. Stand up. Coach McCombs and Coach Norton. Stand up a second, let everybody see y'all. I apologize for not doing it. With Walt Smith, you have his principal, Walter Mayfield, his coach, Coach Jason Tone, the AD, Tommy Bell, and his father, Russell Smith. Y'all stand up. Let everybody see y'all. Let's see if I don't mess this one up now. Our offensive lineman of the week, Angus Fisher from Powdersville, 6'1", 275-pound guard, senior, graded 72%, had 3 knockdowns, gave up no sacks, was in for all 7 TDs in Powdersville's 46-28 victory over Broome. His parents are with him, Amanda and Michael. Please stand up. And Coach Mustar and the coaches we announced before. Thank you. With our 4th award winner is Jameis Glenn from BHP, 6'3", 230 defensive end, a senior, 5 tackles, 1 assist, 1 hurry, 1 fumble recovery. He also rushed 7 times for 38 yards and a touchdown in a last-minute thriller against Westside where they won 23-20. With him is Coach Russell Blackston and Coach Strickland. Would y'all stand, please? Our coach of the week is definitely not new to this, is Russell Blackston of BHP. He led BHP to a last-minute win over Westside Friday night, 23-20. Coach Russell Blackston. I just would like to, again, piggyback what George and Chris has said. We'd like to personally thank Tommy Wilson. Without his support, we're not going to be sitting in here today. This affects the whole county, and they've been over backwards, the culinary department, Christopher Plank and all with the technology, because if you depended on me for the technology, you probably wouldn't have any. Tonight, correct me if I have any cancellations or I'm wrong. BHP is at Powdersville. Dixie was going to Crescent, but if I'm correct, Crescent's had to cancel. Palmetto is at Seneca. Wren is at T.L. Hanna. Westside has had to cancel about going to Somerville, and Pendleton is open. As Coach Frazier would say, find you a ball game to go to and support these kids. We appreciate you being here and look forward to seeing you next week.
Congratulations, all you players of the week, and good job there, Slim. Okay, I too want to thank Tom Wilson for providing this location for us. See, I'll tell you, we got the best facilities, I think, of any school district in the state now, and a lot of that credit goes to Tom Wilson. Also, this morning I saw in the news where they're giving $100 to each student that gets vaccinated in District 5, and I just wonder, does that include people who have graduated from schools in District 5? But all right, let's get our speakers up here. Our first one, coach from BHP, Coach Russell Blackston.
Well, I tell you what, that picture they posted up there, if you need anything, your scarecrow in your garden, boy, I didn't know it looked that rough. Hot almighty. And then over here with these coaches, I can go out in the pasture too somewhere. That was a tough picture to see. Hey, but I tell you what, Touchdown Club, thank you so much. Anderson 5, thank you so much for what you do. It really is different without Coach Frazier. We truly miss him. And Coach Smith, you did okay today, okay? You did all right. All right. Just okay, that's right. I got a second. Again, we miss Mr. Brissy. Miss him as well. BHP football, our numbers are down a little bit. We're carrying 87 total players, grades 9 through 12. 87 total players. That consists of 16 seniors, 21 juniors, 18 sophomores, and 34 freshmen. On offense, we have 5 seniors, 5 juniors, and 1 sophomore. On defense, we're 5 seniors, 5 juniors, and 1 sophomore as well. We're still who we are. We want to be a physical football team. We want to block down and kick out. We want to find an angle on offense. We're going to play several running backs. We're going to run our quarterback. We're going to throw the ball a little bit, and it's kind of who we are. Defensively, we'll switch it up from a 3-man front to a 4-man front. We'll apply pressure usually with 1 extra guy, and that's kind of who we are. Anderson County's got some great coaches here, and look forward to we play actually 7 of them, so that's going to be good for everybody to kind of share revenues and all that good stuff. So this year's different, man. You don't know where this COVID's going to go. I really don't. We don't know if we're going to get today. You don't know if you're going to get Monday. You don't know when that truck comes down and say so-and-so. I had a coach pulled off the field on Tuesday. His father tested positive, and he got pulled off the field on Tuesday. And so we had to monitor and adjust. And my heart goes out to Westside High School for what they're going through. And real sorry about that. But it's where we're at, but we're excited about football. I tell our kids every day, one thing I want you to do is be great where your feet's at. Wherever your feet are, we want to be great. So that's what I've been talking to those guys all along. And thank you, Touchdown Club. Miss Nancy, it's great to see you. Thank you for all that you do. Thank you, and go Bears.
Thank you, Coach. Coach Sheldon Evans from Crescent is not with us today because of COVID. So let's go on with Coach Grayson Howell from Pendleton, one of our newer coaches here in the county.
Good afternoon. I also want to echo everything. Appreciate all y'all do for kids and coaches in the county, and excited to be here. Congratulations to all you players that got to play last week and award winners this afternoon. We are extremely young at Pendleton. We've got 17 seniors. We have 7 juniors in our entire program right now. They came in as a group of 10 as 9th graders, and we've had a little bit of attrition, and we've added a couple here and there, but we feel good about our freshman and sophomore classes. We have 50 in those 2 grades combined, and so we feel like that's good for us if we can retain those kids. They went on the road last night and had a walk-off win over in Greenville. They were down 1 score with 40 seconds left and 95 yards from the end zone, and found a way to get down the field and get that win as the buzzer went off. So we were excited about them and what they were able to do last night. We do have some experience in certain places. We have Cameron Jones at quarterback. He's been a starter for the last 2 years. Has been an award winner here multiple times over the last couple of years, so he will be back for us. We have 2 offensive linemen who are returning starters and 1 wide receiver on offense. Defensively, we're in about the same boat. We got about 4 starters back. Last week in our game against Clinton, we started a couple of kids that hadn't played since they played in the rec league. We started a guy who hadn't played. We started a freshman. So it's kind of a mixed bag defensively right now. We actually do play tonight. We are not open. We were supposed to play Walhalla, and they've had some issues with COVID, and so they quarantined. Put out an APB trying to find a game, and it's amazing who wants to play you when you're 0-1, right? When you get beat by 24 points, it's amazing the people that'll call. Sumter called, they wanted to play, my alma mater, and I was quick to tell them no thank you. AC Flora, the defending 4A state champ, called, they wanted to play, and I was like, no thank you. And then Holy Innocents from Atlanta called, and I should have told them no thank you, but it looks like that's who we're going to play. So Holy Innocents Episcopal School from Atlanta. They must feel good about it. They offered us $5,000 to come over there on Saturday night, and I told them no, but we'd be glad to host them on Friday. So they're going to make the trip over from Atlanta today. Found out that their recruiting coordinator this week has recruited a former player who played quarterback for them in the 9th grade to come back. And so he showed up Monday, and so I'm sure he'll make them better tonight. It's amazing how that happened for them, but I'm sure they're excited. We're not so excited. Neither is our defensive coordinator. He sent me a bunch of stuff today. I was like, just relax. What does it matter? They're going to show up, and we're going to play, and we're excited about that opportunity. We played St. Joe's from Catholic school last night, so we're calling this week the Holy Wars. We had the Catholics last night, and we got the Fighting Episcopalians tonight. So anyway, we're excited. We're just excited, like Russell said, the opportunity to play. We tell our kids every day not to take that for granted, just like Russell said. We're trying to get our kids to do the right thing. We've been very fortunate over the last couple of years not to miss opportunities to play because of anything on our end, and we're hoping that continues. It wears on you. I was telling somebody that yesterday because you just never know, right? You get a phone call one day and all of a sudden you're not playing, or your opponent calls you and you're not playing and you're having to monitor and adjust all the time. But it's a great game. We love what it teaches our guys, and we're trying to do it the right way over at Pendleton, and we think that's going to pay off for us in the long run. So again, we appreciate you, appreciate the opportunity to be here, and y'all come to Pendleton tonight. We got a game.
Well, good luck, Coach. All right, next we got Coach Robert Mustar from Powdersville. There he comes.
Skip the stairs for you. Real quick, I know this is probably going to be repetitive. You're probably going to hear every single coach that comes up here talk about how much they appreciate the Touchdown Club, and I mean, you can't say that enough. What a nice venue. Appreciate everything you do to recognize our kids. You guys who were recipients of awards this week, my two guys, kid from BHP, kid from T.O.Hanna, congratulations. Well deserving. Not yesterday, but last week, a little different for us. We never opened up playing a week 0 game, and I'm telling you, it kind of caught me a little off guard. So much so that right before we're getting ready to go out in the field, well, we probably had an hour before, one of my players was like, "Coach, are we putting the decals on our helmets this year?" And I was like, "Of course we are." And I was like, "Crap, coaches, let's go. Let's start putting them on." So that's a note you want to probably do a better job than what I did last week. Try to play it off. We were fortunate enough last week to get a win against Broome. I thought they were a quality opponent. I will tell you this, I don't know who else played last week that had these problems, but the cramps, it was ridiculous. I mean, I was about to lose my mind. First half, it was a tale of two halves. First half, we couldn't keep kids on the field. Second half, it was them. And I'll be honest with you, if that wouldn't happen to them, I don't know if we would have gotten out there with a victory. But last week was a true testament, I thought, of a team victory because we had guys we considered key guys, couldn't get them to stay on the field, and other kids are coming in like we didn't miss a beat. So I was proud of them. We've got 94 total kids in our football program. That's 9th through 12th grade. That's the most we've ever had, and it seems to be a trend. I'm hearing a lot, middle school's got more and more kids, so that's a good thing. If we had another kid move in right now, we don't have a helmet to give them. If we have another skill position move in right now, we don't have another jersey to give them. We've got about 5 lineman jersey numbers, and that's it that we have. So we're going to have to make some adjustments moving forward. But we play BHP tonight. We know that's always going to be a very physical, athletic team that's coming over to our place, and we welcome the challenge. But, we respect them on and off the field just like everybody else here. Appreciate you coaches, appreciate what you do. Good luck to everybody.
Thank you, Coach, and good luck to y'all. All right, Coach Doug Shaw Jr. from Palmetto.
Okay, guys, just like everyone else has said, Touchdown Club is fantastic. I enjoy coming over, being able to bring kids over. Nancy's always, she's in charge anyway, so we make sure that, we want to pat her on the back. But I do miss Coach Frazier. I'm not from Anderson. I'm from Myrtle Beach. Coach Frazier, my dad, coached in Shrine Bowl in 1974, and he used to tell me every time I was here, "Hey, you remember in 1974? I said, "Coach, I was 3. Okay, I don't remember that, but he used to tell me that every week, and it was always fun to hear the stories of those guys because that was a pretty good team that they had in 74. So, but again, thank you guys for everything. As far as Palmetto goes, we're extremely young. I got some still with pacifiers. I have a freshman quarterback. He can't even drive a car yet. And he's a fantastic kid. He wants to be really good. And we got his first pass out of the way down at Hart County the other week. He threw it 5 rows high in the bleachers, and we had to get the ball back. So he was nervous, but he's going to be a really good player for us. And he keeps using the excuse, well, Coach, I'm just young, and eventually that's going to have to go away. But he is definitely wet behind the ears, and our starting defensive line is 2 10th graders and a 9th grader. So we're extremely young in a lot of places. Our linebacking core is, I guess, the meat of our defense. They're all seniors, so they're the guys that have been around. The offensive line is 4 juniors that all played JV last year and 1 senior. So we do have a veteran receiving core. We just got to get the 14-year-old to get the ball to him. So if he can do that, our running back is a rising junior, or is a junior, and he started last year as a 10th grader. So we're still really young, but we play some very good quality opponents. Our non-region hopefully is going to set us up for a region, and Coach Muster plays pretty close to the same teams in the non-region, and we're the first region game with each other. So last year was a good game. I'm sure this year will be a good game, but the non-region that we play, Seneca, BHP, Woodmont, Wren, and Pendleton, will prepare us. And if we can get through that healthy, we feel like we have a good shot at doing well when come region time. So, and the whole thing with the COVID is like the other coaches have said, it's a chess match. We're without 4 today. Seneca's without 6. So we're trying to figure out, okay, who are they missing and who are we missing, and where's the matchup, where's the advantage going to be? So, it is what it is, and we preach to our kids every day, just do what you can do to be as safe as you can be to have a regular football season. So, sometimes they don't listen. A lot of times they don't listen. But we keep preaching it, and we want them to play. We want them to play the game they love. And, so far so good. We unfortunately didn't get to play JV last night. Seneca didn't have enough. They lost about 17 or so on the JV just this week. So it's tough, and we don't take it for granted like the other coaches said. And we're looking forward to it. And we head up to Seneca tonight, and we'll see what we can do. They're without their running back. We're without our starting defensive line. So we got to figure something out here. So I'm going back to school, and coaches are already drawing up who's going here, who's going there. So but we look forward to it. And again, thank you guys for everything you do. Thank you.
Thank you, Coach, and good luck to you, too. All right, our next speaker is Coach Jeff Tate from Wren. Come on up, sir.
Thank you, George. First of all, I'd like to echo what all the other coaches have said. Second to none touchdown club in the state of South Carolina. Well run, well represented. I think that the players who get recognized are picked from a group of people that know something about the game of football. And I wish we could get some of our guys to learn a little bit more about it, because one thing that I found out at Wren, just recently we got to play a team out of Columbia, Dutch Fork. I don't know if y'all are familiar with them, but I found out that our scoreboard works real well on the visitor side. I know it'll go to 70, and I know, well, we found out again last night, the JV game does as well. I heard a lot of comments last week in the stands, and this is my 14th year as the head coach, and I haven't never heard this one. I heard, people, why are y'all playing them, Could you not have gotten somebody you could compete with? And why don't you wave the white flag? So I wore my white today, okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and get out early. But in all honesty, we have 6 guys on offense returning from last year and 6 on defense and our 2 kickers. But we're still young in a lot of places. And the places we need to be good at, we're not yet. Now, I don't know when that's going to happen. I don't know if it'll be tonight or next week or the week after, but certainly we hope that over the course of time that we can improve and get better, especially on the offensive side, because we have in the past been able to score some points. But right now we're doing a good job of helping other teams score points. So hopefully we can improve on defense as well. But it's a good group of young men, and I'll be honest with you, this is my 42nd year of coaching, 42 years. Now some of you's not 42 years old, but this last 2 years have been the most challenging because of COVID and because of each day it seems like the rules change. And it makes it very difficult, not just for families, but for us as coaches to kind of follow along with and keep up with and separate the kids the way we need to, cut our period short in the groups. We mix them and move them from different places so that if we do have someone exposed, which I just got a note a while ago or a text message that we do, that they don't affect as many people. And that's very challenging. Coaching's hard enough as it is, and everybody can do it just like preaching. Everybody can coach and everybody can preach until you ask to do it. But to be honest with you, I still look forward to it every day. I certainly hope that we can improve at Wren. But my time at Wren has been a lot of fun, and I hope it'll continue to be fun. But it's not fun until you start winning. And all these coaches will tell you that they love coaching, but they probably love winning much more. And I know that for us, we hope that we can find a way to win over the course of the season. And another thing I want to say is this. I knew Coach Frazier from the time I was in high school, which was back, Doug, I was in high school in '74, okay? And I tell you, not having him here is a hole. It's going to be hard to fill. But I do appreciate what he meant, not just to this touchdown club, what he meant to football in Anderson County. And I appreciate him and his family. And again, I thank y'all for what you do for our kids in Anderson County, because it's second to none. Thank you.
Thank you, Coach. All right, from West Side, we've got Coach Scott Early. Come on up.
So I love our new venue. Do y'all not? It's awesome. It's great. Thank you, Touchdown Club. Anderson 5 Board, Ms. Wilson's awesome. We work for the best people in the world. Miss Nancy, thank you for all you do. I wish Bill could be here today, and I wish Coach Frazier could be here today, but that's, sort of part of life. And the good thing for y'all today is that I'm supposed to be on a bus on the way to Somerville right now, and my good friend Ray Van Teague was supposed to be speaking for me. So thank God that we didn't get to go, because if Coach Teague would have spoke, y'all would all been late for your games tonight. But I was thinking driving over here, how much the world's changed. This is going into my 8th year. How much the world's changed, how much our country's changed, how much our state's changed. What is that? How much high school football's changed, and it's changed so much that I read a lot of books, and John Gordon's my favorite author. And in John Gordon's books, the word positive's used thousands and thousands and thousands of times. Well, now the word positive is a negative. And the word negative is a positive. He is positive, she is positive, so-and-so tested positive. I had kids running in the locker room this morning holding up pieces of paper saying, Coach, I'm negative, I'm negative, I'm negative. It's changed so much that we were at BHP Friday night, and I heard people yelling at me, why are we running the ball so much? I've never heard that in my career. So I think what I want to do in my brief time up here is just try to focus on the positive, try to flip it back to positive. In year 8, we have a better culture, a better chemistry, we make better grades, we make better decisions. When we win, we don't jump up on the bench and beat our chest and act like we've never been there before. And when we lose, we don't drop our head and act like it's the end of the world. And that's been a process at Westside, and that's something that we're very proud of. And over the last 7 years, there's been 40 student athletes that go to Westside, play in our football program, that have had the opportunity to play college football. So, I guess my challenge to you is in the midst of all this uncertain times and crazy world and the fact that nobody agrees with anybody on just about anything, that if we could all just take a moment and just be positive. And that's what we're trying to do. And yeah, I wish, we had Mr. Wilson, we had charter buses, we had Lake Murray picnic, we had Charleston tour, we had Cracker Barrel pregame. We was going to the most historic field, in my opinion, in the state of South Carolina, where I had the opportunity one night to coach against John McKissick. And yes, it's disappointing. Yes, it's disheartening, but it's a moving target right now. And the only thing we know to do at Westside is just try to be positive and hope we get a bunch of negatives. So as far as football, because y'all know I don't talk much about football, it's just a vehicle we use to make the world a better place. We're a young football team, really, really young. We only put 5 seniors on the field. So the future's bright, and this year alone, if we ever get back to full strength and get our people back, we're going to be a very, very, very good 4A football team, and we appreciate all the Touchdown Club does for us and all the things that we're blessed with that we take for granted. And I would just hope that we could just find a way to just be positive. Thank you.
Thank you, Coach. All right, to wrap it up now, we've got Coach Jason Tone from TL Hanna.
I'll have to lower this mic a little bit. I believe I'm the shortest coach in Anderson County for sure. Thank y'all for having us here. Again, like everybody said, this Touchdown Club, I've been in Anderson County 5 years, been able to be a part, 3 years as the head coach here at Hanna, but it's awesome what you guys do and put on for us and for these kids. Mr. Wilson, this is a great place. It's been awesome for our kids, and I know a lot of our football players come over here for half a day and take classes and things like that. It's just been a blessing. I just want to talk real briefly about our team. I know I'm the last one to go, and people got places to go. We had a really, really good short summer. There was 12 workouts. We were able to go to 2 different camps, and were able to actually host a camp and then go to one that we had a good time. This was probably the shortest summer I've ever been a part of. And then, as far as our team goes, we field an experienced team. Everybody's got a young team. We've got a old team. We've got 8 starters back on defense and 7 starters back on offense. We have, I can't tell you the total number. I'm from South Georgia, so I wrote it down by class. I got 40 seniors, 25 juniors, 43 sophomores, and 58 freshmen on our team. So we've got a little over 160 guys on the team. Our 9th grade is a good group, from both middle schools that combine. And our middle school, our freshman staff does a great job with those guys. And then our JV is all sophomores, and then our varsity is juniors and seniors. If you're around our program, we preach 3 things as far as core values we talk to our kids about all the time. In fact, Walt could probably tell you what they are if I brought them up here, but he probably doesn't like talking in front of people. But the first thing is great effort, the second thing is we over me, and the last thing is 1% warrior. Those are 3 things we talk about. Because to me, it's not just about football. It's great for football, but I think it makes you a better husband, a better father if we can live by those things. I think it benefits everybody. And like Coach Early said, the way the world is today, we all need a lot more positivity in it. Talking about our schedule, our non-region, I think we've got a pretty good non-region schedule. We played Lawrence last week. We were very fortunate to get out with a win. We did not necessarily deserve that win, I don't think, but we were fortunate enough to find a way at the end to win and hold on. We got Wren tonight. We got BHP, Easley, Westside, and Burns. Those are our non-region games. Our region games are Woodmont, J.L. Man, Malden, and Hillcrest. So we got a pretty tough schedule. We're excited about it. Our team, again, Our two deep on defense is all seniors. Our two deep on offense is all seniors and one junior. So we're very senior heavy. We will be looking to gain some experience after this year, but we're really excited about what we have here and the opportunity that we have this season. If we get to finish the season, I told our kids today, you got to enjoy it, because you never know. Just like that, you could be told you're not going to get to play tonight. So it's always a blessing. Talking about Coach Frazier before I finish, he would come every Wednesday to practice, and I'd always drive the little golf cart around there and talk to him, and it's been different, the last 3 weeks not having him there, and definitely miss him. He was reminding me of my grandfather, and I lost my grandfather 2 years ago, and then we lost Coach Frazier last year, and he's definitely missed. Thank you all for being here, and thanks for hosting us, and go Jackets.
Thank you, Coach, and good luck to y'all. I want to thank all y'all for coming out today for this. I want to remind you, be sure to call Nancy by noon on Wednesday next week to let her know if you're coming, because we need to have a real good head count out here. Great facility here to have this in. Great job, all you coaches. Tell you, it was kind of good to hear that we do have one old team. It seemed like everybody else was young this year, but we got one old team. And if any of you guys don't make it in coaching, you can all be comedians. Y'all are all pretty funny, seem like. So, anyway, next week, who we got next week? We got the Erskine coach. PC. Excuse me, Kevin Kelly, the new head coach at PC. Y'all remember anything about him? He doesn't believe in punting, and he believes in onside kicks all the time. So I think he's going to be real interesting to hear. So I want to thank all our sponsors again. I won't go over them again. Chris has already gone over them, but we couldn't do all this without the good sponsors that we have. Thanks again. So long, folks. Have a good weekend.